Hi there, it's Lori, and I'll start with my story. Since Tuesdays, I babysit, I'm recording this on Tuesday. You'll see it Wednesday. I was telling my granddaughter made this, that I turned her into an emoji, and all of my friends on YouTube love her. That's the best way. Need to change my glasses. That's so much better. The glare is what always gives it away. Anyway, I use the real people words, not anything inappropriate for her age, but like I know she doesn't know what those words mean. But she goes, "Well, do they love it?" I said, "They love it so much. You all love me, Ma." Potato head, right? And how silly it is. And I told her that I didn't say armchair chef Lori, but I said one of my friends suggested I get yellow glasses and a pink hat so I can match her. My granddaughter very much appreciated that suggestion. So, with that, I'm going to show you all my whips. My actual whips that I'm actually working on. Okay, we're going to start with the one that's being put aside because I'm going to work on a different Stitcherhood blanket. This one, freaking dog. Somebody must be getting delivery 3 blocks away from here. Anyway, so this is meandering chains. Love the pattern. I just need to get my button gear and work on that. However, I want to actually finish sooner rather than later, so I'll move to that one. This is the one y'all helped with on Sunday. You helped me pick colors. I originally made this as a shawl, but okay, as I'm pulling this out, you're going to see, I was like, this is just too flippin' big to be a shawl. Like, okay, if I do have an aunt, my stepmom's sister, who's 6'3", I think. This would fit her. This would be correct for her. She lives in Oregon and doesn't need this. So instead, I'm going to turn this into a blanket. This is going to be part of the blanket. People that help me figuring out colors. Camille, I think Deb Morgano helped with that. Armchair Chef Linda's Crochet channel gave me a way to add the length without having to change like anything about the design elements. Who else was in there? I think Margaret had to go to sleep. Margaret might have been in there for some of the color help. Anyway, Jay Paradise helped out. Everybody was helping me on Sunday, but I know some of you were like wanting to see what it looks like. It's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And so then it's going to have 3 different, that's trimmed in that variegated, but that's it. Otherwise, it's the solid. It's going to have 3 different colors of green. And then Jennifer Redgate came in to chat just as we were talking about big balls of yarn. And I was saying how I didn't have enough of this green to just do green. She had this exact yarn that I needed. So this is going to start getting worked on. I went back to my video and I found the exact hook I used. So this is the exact hook I used in the video tutorial doing this piece. This is a 12 millimeter hook. That's why this is giant. But I wanted it to have some laciness. Again, I feel like this is nice and fancy, but not so fancy you wouldn't feel comfortable putting it on your bed. Oh yeah, and Margaret definitely helped because she said to go ahead and move. So I'm going to take the solid, move it over one, take the mixed, move it over, and then the fully variegated will be over here. So, and then there will be 3 of these, and in between will be rows of the color kind of transitioning to the other color. But I had to watch my own video because I don't write things down. I had to watch my tutorial on it. I'm going to make a better tutorial version of that turtle stitch and how to do it in the square, because there's a weird thing you have to do that is quirky. This is why I would love I don't know. I would love something. Yeah. Oh, I would love to learn how to write the charts. Oh, this has a pocket. I need to find it so I can put the hook in there. There it is. This bag, this nice giant bag is courtesy of Arity. Arity was also there helping, but she was falling asleep because she had to work Monday. So my lives are kind of late on Sunday. So this giant bag is courtesy, and it had the little pocket, and my hook fits right in there. So that is going to be okay. So that's 2 whips, one of which is being put to the side for the moment. That might end up being my 3rd quarter blanket. Okay, the next one. I haven't actually shown this. I have talked about it. This is my triangle. Let me get the completed one. Is that the one with all the pieces? Yeah. This is my triangle crochet along. There's 2 identical sets of these. Each week, Ladybird Loves Hadija spins the wheel and chooses a color. You have 5 colors of yarn that you have, and then she's got a boatload of stitches. It's going to be 25 weeks altogether. I don't know if the 25th week is, I bet it is. The 25th week is probably doing the border. I missed part of the join there, but I'll take care of that with the border. Anyway, so each week is a different stitch, a random color. When the colors get grouped too much like that, then she'll take it off the wheel for a couple weeks or whatever. This was one I'd never heard of. I'm going to show it the angle that I stitched it. This is called the All in a Row stitch, but it has really cool texture. This would be a really cool baby blanket, like for the texture. And it's fairly simple. You just have to pay attention where you're at. Now, getting it right sized for the equilateral triangle is a pain in the butt. Not even going to pretend there. And then the N stitch. N as in the letter N, like the name Nancy. Or none, or whatever. I'm trying to get it straight so you can kind of see that stitch definition. Because I'm using variegated, some of them the stitch definition isn't great. This one was called the flower stitch. I had never done that. That was pretty basic. This one's the honeycomb stitch in a crochet version. Love that one. But again, I'm not duplicating any of these. Once the stitch is used, it's gone. And the colors, like I said, when there's too many grouped together, she takes them off the wheel for a couple weeks or a week or whatever is necessary to get some separation. I've mostly got all my ends taken care of. I still have some triangles to attach on my other triangle. So it will be, I'm not sure what size blanket. We're on week 13. We're halfway through. I don't know. Anyway, that's my triangle crochet along. And she said there's going to be a week where we are going to make 2. This is my other crochet along. It's this direction. This is the Marley Bird Netflix and Chill. So far the colors are really nice. I'm not quite finished with last week's. This is I would say I'm the halfway point of last week's. It's just mostly doing too many random things also. I don't know if you noticed that I do that. So what are we up to? Let's see. I've shown you 3 whips actually working. Technically, I've shown you 4 whips. Here's a whip I'm working on for Armchair Chef Lori's birthday project. Again, it needed to be beach themed. So I'm mixing up some stitches. I was trying to get it to look like waves. This is the Tunisian, it's this direction. The Tunisian fan stitch is what that is. That's Tunisian simple stitch. I am using a big hook. I believe I'm using a 10mm hook. And pretty soon we're going to be getting into the blues, the blue colors. I won't use the yellow, but my original thinking was to do like a different stitch each time I changed colors. I did start this. This is the front side. I did start it with a purl stitch, which kind of made a cool design, like separation there. If I keep going with that, it's just going to be too holy. So once I finish the white, and then it's going to go to different variations of blue. And then I'm just going to fold it. It's going to be like a little tiny, like a bag that you could take just your necessities in. That's why I need it to not be so holey. However, that's because I'm using a huge hook. It does not look holey like that on my clothes. So it will be like this direction on the bag, and then it will, I haven't decided what stitch I'm going to do next. I haven't decided, but something that looks oceany. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just go knit stitch or something basic. I don't know. Haven't decided. But it'll go that way, and then it'll wrap around, and it will be blue. And then I have more of that blue. That's left over from the world map. And I have the ball band, so I can pay attention to how much I actually use. So there's another WIP none of you have seen. This is one I just started. What are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 active, and this is going to be a 5th active. Oh, yeah. Let me put this back in there. It is a 10 millimeter. That's why that's so lacy. I think I had that upside down. Ugh. 10 millimeter. And it's corded. It's corded more. I don't need this long cord, but then I didn't have to worry about putting a stopper on it. So here's that one. Another bag from Arity. Actually, the only bag I held up that wasn't from Arity is this one that came from Zara and my International Secret Santa. So I'm learning a ton with the Ladybird Loves crochet along. Lots of stitches, different ways you need to design elements, like how to decrease to get it to angle just right and whatever. Okay, this has been on my wall. I made it. It's labeled a dishcloth, but I would never use this as a dishcloth. My daughter is going to a wedding for her friend, her fairly close friend that lives in Canada. I definitely made a bit of a mistake there, so I have to decide which side I'm going to show. And so what I'm going to do, because she's traveling, you know, it's going to go in a suitcase. I didn't want to send her with a whole blanket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a background. I'm using this yarn right here, Peaches and Cream. I would say pretty much the same as Sugar and, is it Sugar and Cream? Yeah, Sugar and Cream. This colorway is Oasis. And I felt like, because my daughter said that her friend is very earthy. Now, I really like this friend. I've met this friend a few times. I think she's sweet as heck. So as a wedding gift, it will be a wall hanging. I even have this to be able to put it on that once I get to that point, and the pieces to make it so it'll hang. So this is very light. But there you go. There's another WIP that I just started. This one the sewing part's going to take me a while, but that one I don't think is going to be too bad. But yeah, that's what I got going on, y'all. I have a lot. Oh, I'm also using a new microphone. So we're going to see. We're going to, please give me feedback about the sound. I mean, I do listen back when I'm uploading, but nonetheless. All right. Yeah, okay. Thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Join the memberships if you're interested. I did give the members an early look, and then it confused some people because I was confused. I didn't realize I couldn't schedule it. So I'll figure that out. I'll get it all figured out. But hugs from Mima Potato Head. Hugs from me. And I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.